Hello Sunday teams, my name's Jay. I do the live production here and I'm going to be just filling you in over the next couple minutes of this video on what's going to happen this Sunday and how we can be better prepared for it. I hope week 4 of Freeway has been awesome for you, your family, your life group, whatever kind of group that you're involved, maybe you're even going through it by yourself. Last week we talked about ownership and kind of the things that we've done and where God comes into play in that and whatsoever. This week we're talking about forgiveness, so not so much what we've done, but what other people might have done to us and where God's forgiveness plays into that. It's going to be awesome. We have Adam preaching here at West Boise, and we have Andrew preaching at Bogus Basin. Ushers, I'm going to talk to you guys first because you probably have the most technical portion of this weekend's service. So we have 60,000 pennies, you heard me right, 60,000 pennies that I think actually just came into the office that we ordered just for this weekend for a cool illustration that Adam and Andrew have planned out for us. So while I'm not going to give away the specific details of what we're going to do with them, I am going to give you guys the directions that they need you to follow to make sure this illustration goes as planned for every service. The biggest thing for you guys as ushers is that walking in, everybody needs a handout and everybody needs a penny as they walk in. So we should have enough on site. I mean, we have 60,000 pennies, but we should have enough of the handouts so that everyone gets one and that we don't run out again like we did a couple weeks ago. Second thing that we need you guys to look out for is there's going to be a portion in the message part where they basically say, hey, if anyone didn't get a penny on the way in, because it'll probably happen, we need some ushers ready to hand out pennies so that everyone has one and everyone's able to participate in the illustration. Alright, the last and maybe even the most important part is we need to get the pennies back to where they came from. They're going to start out in black buckets and are going to end up in these big metal tin bucket pool things. I don't even know what they are. But we need to make sure that at the end of every service that we're taking those metal buckets and putting the pennies back into the plastic buckets, just so we're not giving away the effect of what's going to happen. Alright, moving on from ushers, I want to talk to my team, the production team. We'll start with the music this week. We're doing The Way, Alive, Man of Sorrows, and a new song, Lamb of God. So that's something that all of us need to listen to. Sound guys, you need to be really familiar with the songs. You don't have to mix exactly like the recording, but just be familiar with the songs, where the breaks are. West Boise lighting people, just be familiar with where the breaks and the verses and the chorus might begin and end, just so you're familiar with the song before we do it. A couple other things to note is communion is going to be a little bit more intentional this week. The message will be kind of split into 2 parts, which we don't do a lot. So we'll have a musical response basically in between doing communion with Man of Sorrows, and then we'll also have a musical response after this second message portion with this new song, Lamb of God. It's going to be super sweet. You might have seen Paul post about it on Facebook, but we're really excited as a team for this Sunday in particular. A few other small details is that offering is at the doors as we've been doing it, and we can pass out Bibles when we do the pennies passing out thing at the beginning of the first message portion. Now, as we go into such a technical weekend, I kind of want to just leave you guys with a couple thoughts to think about yourself spiritually and what it means to serve in this kind of service production and in this level of where there's a lot of tasks. Let's not forget that God's in the middle of this and He's all about this. So I'm going to share with you guys 3 things that I try to do on Sundays to get my mind and my heart in the right place so I can serve with God and with a focus on God and His people. The first thing that I do is that I always remind myself that I have nothing to do with moving someone's heart or moving them to a different place, that's God's doing. He just invites me into that, which liberates me to just follow who God is in the service and just remember to sacrifice myself and my gifts to Him over and over again. The second thing that I do is I repeat God's truth over my life. I remind myself who I am, that I'm a child of God and what I've been called to do for Him. The third and final thing is to just relax. when we can be relaxed in our service and engaged with God, basically what we're doing is we're creating space where we're choosing not to rely on our own strength, but we're completely relying on, like, God, only you can move here. I'm engaged with you because I know that only you can do something with my life. It's just a way better place to be than to be caught up in our own doings. I love you guys, and I'm so stoked about all the things that are happening on Sundays, from children's ministry to ushers to parking crews, whatever we have going on. I don't even know the full scope of it, but I'm excited for this Sunday. I'm excited to see what God does with it, and I'll be praying for all of you guys. Let's have a good weekend.